Hey folks, Future Stewart here, just letting you know that in this episode you are going to be hearing electronic clicking and popping. No, that is not your headphones. That is this stupid, shoddy microphone cord that I've been meaning to replace for a while. I put in the order like a couple days ago. It should have been here by now, and unfortunately there is no way to get that fixed this late in the stage. So unfortunately, if you hear a little clicking and popping once in a while, I apologize in advance. And the second thing I want to do is thank you all for following the Waifu Handbook Kickstarter. We are at 351 right now out of the 500 that we need to start this campaign. If we can get to 500, that'd be amazing. That is only 150 away, and these videos on average at least 7,000 or sometimes even 10,000. Yeah, so if people could just click on that, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much. And back to the video.
Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart, and you know, we've covered a lot of villains in the world of Dragon Ball: Frieza, Cooler, Cell, both versions of Broly, Goku Black, which you can totally check out right here. But there's one villain that we haven't covered, and that's pretty important to talk about when it comes to the Z Saga. At long last, it's high time we take a look at evil and chaos incarnate, the malleable menace that is Majin Buu. And while there's been a lot of contradicting evidence as to how Buu was created, either through a force of nature or by Bibidi himself, Buu had very little emotion at the beginning of his creation. He was a primordial being who had absorbed enough darkness that he could make the average Kingdom Hearts villain jealous. At the beginning of the Dragon Ball timeline, Buu is at his most primal, killing and finding a sick, sadistic pleasure in causing mayhem. You know, it's funny, what's written here in the script is Buu is a me kind of guy, only caring about himself and no one else. And the thing is, that's actually not even true. At the beginning of the series, he doesn't even really care about himself. He has no self-preservation outside of an instinct in order to absorb things. In fact, he barely even knows he's doing it half the time. Death and destruction are his fun distractions, and he quickly becomes bored and goes elsewhere when something doesn't entertain him enough. We'll be following Buu throughout his time in Dragon Ball Z and taking into account several different variations, and he's certainly a different creature from Cell or Frieza. So I think it's not controversial to say we're going to start him at Chaotic Evil. But what's interesting about Buu is that he's impressionable. Whenever he absorbs another character and takes their powers and abilities, he also takes bits of their personality and incorporates that into his own being, and, interestingly enough, his alignment. I know I'm keeping the intro section light, but we'll dig into him as a character after the ding-dings. Now, as you've undoubtedly heard from our last videos, we are not doing our usual cringy call to actions. Instead, we are looking at the amazing sponsor of our video, Raid Shadow. We're launching our Kickstarter very, very soon for the complete Waifu Handbook, a project where I've introduced a much-deserved class to D&D and Pathfinder, the Waifus. Packed full of races, subclasses, items, and more, be sure to check out this amazing new book that only needs funding. Let your D&D and Pathfinder games absorb the Waifu Handbook into your games, absorbing and empowering those games today. Teleport to Kickstarter with your newly acquired skills and ensure this fabled fusion today. It is a wonderful treat, like cake, chocolate, or candy, that you won't believe has a delicious quality. That is a cringy call to action.
You're cringe.
And keep an eye out on the channel for LoadingCrew Crafts contents and updates. And with that out of the way, let's go.
All was well in the world of the Kais, until that evil wizard Bibidi created Majin Buu.
Gaining control over Buu, Bibidi tries to control this force of nature. It's barely working, with Bibidi simply aiming Buu at things that he can destroy. Even the Supreme Kais are nothing but nuisances to this terrifying force of nature. All of this destruction is an obvious chaotic evil.
Unfortunately,
the first interesting thing we see Buu do is absorb the South Kai, gaining a huge boost in power and even his intelligence changing. Getting into Buu's absorption ability, anytime Buu absorbs someone, he gains a small part of them as a result, their influence and intelligence. So we're going to give one chaotic evil ding for absorbing South Kai, but 2 lawful neutral dings for absorbing South Kai. This will be important very shortly. While battling the Supreme Kai, he's beaten temporarily by the Grand Supreme Kai and absorbs him. This once again changes him, turning him into a recognizable version of Majin Buu. Once again, a chaotic evil for trying to battle our familiar Supreme Kai, and then 2 lawful goods for the absorption.
What? Food? There's an old ice cream cake in my freezer back home. And I'll let you eat as much as you want if you follow every order I give. Do we have a deal? You bet!
With two Supreme Kais influencing him, Buu stops his rampage and simply decides it's time to rest, eat up, and relax after all of that murder. Hey, it does make sense. Look at where his token is. Bibbidi agrees, and the two work on a new deal, with Buu getting food rewards to keep him in line. This continues before Buu is sent to a small backwater planet to prepare for the next wave of destruction, Earth. Neutral for stopping for some food, and then two lawful evils for the new deal with Bibbidi.
Nothing in it.
After countless millennia and with the help of Bibbidi's son, Bobbidi, Buu is finally awoken into the modern age. Naturally, everyone is stunned by Buu and his appearance. But if you know anything about Dragon Ball, it's never to judge an enemy by their appearance. Buu quickly shows his stuff by taking out Dabura, a literal devil, chaotic evil.
I took a very careful look through my father's notebook. I know the incantation to put you back in that ball.
After showing that he has no interest in following the rules, Buu is forced to obey Bobbidi when he learns that the wizard knows how to reseal him. Bear in mind, he's still going at his own pace, and he gets quickly disintegrated by a lot of things before seemingly finishing up Kabito Kai and Gohan, lawful evil.
Watch it!
Buu begins destroying anyone or everything, guided by Bobbidi. He kills Vegeta in a Nat 20 death scene and fights his way through Earth. He only continues to listen to Bobbidi so that he isn't sealed again, healing him from near death. It's clear that this is all just for fun, but even with all the murder, this is lawful evil. Although it could be debatable, because we do learn later that Buu doesn't realize that killing people is bad. I'm still gonna call it lawful evil, even in ignorance.
Why you turn back normal now? Who like you? You're fun to fight with. We fight more now.
After fighting Goku, unaware that the Saiyan was stalling for time, Buu learns a powerful warrior will come in 2 days. Having so much fun and eager for a fight, Buu is eager to wait. And when Bobbidi threatens to ruin a good time in store, Buu simply kills him. Lawful neutral for agreeing with Goku, and chaotic evil for killing Bobbidi, even though he fucking deserves it. Now free from Bobbidi, Buu ignores his promise to Goku and cuts loose like a sugared-up kid without supervision. He begins destroying cities all over the world, taking a moment to rest in his newly constructed home every now and then. We're gonna give this one chaotic evil.
You think you're so tough, don't you? Well, that blast was just my way of saying hello.
Confronted by Gotenks, Buu quickly makes work of him during one of his rampages. When he's able to overwhelm Gotenks, he quickly continues his rampage, chaotic evil.
Oh, thank goodness you're here, President Booster. I was so scared I'd missed you. It's such an honor to meet your strong, beautiful handsomeness. You're my hero.
Returning home after a good murder spree, Buu finds the strongest man in the universe waiting for him, Mr. Hercule Satan. Curious about this man and his explosive presence, Buu is quickly entertained and befriends Mr. Satan. This goes as far as to actually curb Buu's darker tendencies, and they find a puppy. And yes, he's such a good little puppy. Yes, he is. This is a good boy. Puppies sure are great. I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen in the foreseeable future. Chaotic good for being a cute little chaotic gremlin and keeping Hercule alive. And then lawful good for actually stopping his evil intentions with the help of a good puppy. Okay, to be fair, Buu losing his shit because of the near death of his friend and dog? Completely justified. He isn't consciously creating a big cloud for the next big action scene, so I'm going to give Buu at least one lawful good because his last efforts was to warn Hercule to run. Alright, let's get into the split. Much like Virgil, Buu splits himself into two beings, Innocent Buu, or Good Buu, and his darker impulses and rage. We will split these Buus for now, but don't worry, we're not going to have to keep track of both for long. By the way, expelling the evil from his body technically is not an alignment shift because he wasn't conscious that he was doing it. But do you know who was? Kami. Should we do a video on Kami and Piccolo soon? Upon its creation, Evil Buu quickly kills the gunman and battles Good Buu, whom we will just continue to call Majin Buu. Terrified and weakened after creating this new Buu, our lovable Majin tries to absorb Evil Buu, but is instead absorbed himself. Neutral for Buu trying to survive, and chaotic evil for Evil Buu for killing him mercilessly and absorbing his better half. Now transformed into Super Buu, our pink antagonist finishes off the people who tried to hurt Hercule and Bee before rushing off to find the powerful warriors he faced. In a very, very interesting move, Super Buu sees Hercule and leaves him be. For absorbing Good Buu, I'm gonna give him 2 dings where that Buu was. Then I'm gonna give him 1 neutral evil for honestly going off and being evil. This just in. We have reports of a strange pink monstrosity attacking our area. He's completely unlike anything we can do, and the local armies have no chance to defeat him. Even our champions may not be enough to fight him. To learn more about this menace and the other monsters that may attack you in your D&D or Pathfinder settings, head on over to LoadingCrewCrafts.com and pick up our Dragon Ball-inspired PDF. With it, you and your local band of heroes will be enough to take on this monster. You'll be able to pick up the Wukong Race, Keymaster class, Golden Warrior Prestige class. You can also pick up our Mythic Paths, Paragon, which unlocks your latent bloodline abilities, our Apotheon, which is basically SS Blue. I'm not even hiding it. Will your local band of heroes be enough to take on this monster, or will a new hero be inspired to take this mythical path and be born to battle these foes? Follow the link over today on LoadingCrewCrafts.com and pick it up now.
This transformation must have changed his awareness. He can sense our energy now.
Now on the lookout, Buu demands to fight Gotenks. Dude is ready for more demented fun, but makes a deal with Piccolo to wait 1 hour, and within that time, he can kill as many people on Earth as he wants in the meantime. He then kills the populace of Earth in seconds and tries to wait, before getting fed up. Chaotic Evil, however, will go over this ding in a little while.
Oh, you! I remember you!
Ha! Da-da-da-da! Meet Gotenks!
Now face to face with Gotenks, Buu quickly battles his pint-sized opponent in the slimy board game Limewater. Dude gets quickly pissed off by Gotenks and enraged when he believes he's trapped by Piccolo. Believing he's trapped, Buu unleashes so much anger in a yell that he tears a hole in reality. Holy shit! Now free, Buu unleashes carnage on the few survivors of Earth. Chaotic Evil. After killing several people, Buu is confronted by Gotenks, Piccolo, and a surprise challenger, Gohan. Buu fights, but is quickly overwhelmed by the sheer might of his opponents. With defeat close, Buu calls out Goten and Trunks to fuse and fight him. This is all a ploy so that he can get the kids back to full strength to enact his plan of survival. Absorption. Neutral evil.
Get off me! What is this?
Buu is successful in absorbing Gotenks and Piccolo. Because of these, we're going to give him the dings related to these people. Gotenks, being a combination of a sweet and naive Goten and a chaotic little gremlin Trunks, is pretty much a solid 2 chaotic goods. Piccolo, having redeemed himself into the best green dad ever, is 2 lawful goods. So absorbing Gotenks is a chaotic evil. Absorbing Piccolo is a chaotic evil as well.
Be honest, Gohan, what do you think? I'd say my strategy was quite successful, but the results speak for themselves.
Now with a boosted power level and strategy, Buu is ready to fight Gohan. He is conscious of his time limit and hopes to kill Gohan and absorb him to gain even more power. Even when a revived Goku and surviving Tien and Mr. Satan try to help, Buu is able to absorb his prize, and 2 neutral goods for absorbing Gohan.
So you don't leave this world thinking I'm a total monster. I'll give you a fighting chance and still let you merge. But there's one catch. You only have until the count of 5 to find a partner.
Now empowered, Buu's ready to finish the job. He gives Goku just enough time to pick a fusion partner. Well, I'm sure this cocky attitude won't lead to Buu's downfall anytime soon. Chaotic neutral.
Far from being rattled by you. I pity your deluded mind, thinking that your new form will somehow be able to go toe-to-toe with me, let alone with...
With Vegito now before him, Buu is quickly outclassed by this opponent. Every technique he throws is countered, and he's continuously humiliated. Desperate, Buu pulls off one last absorption on Vegito. Even though he's aware something is off and he didn't get a power boost, Buu gleefully declares his victory, Chaotic Evil.
Rip him out of here too and see what happens. It's gotta make him weaker, right?
Sensing Vegeta and Goku are freeing all the absorbed dragon fighters, Buu tries to stop him. However, when Vegeta threatens to disconnect a still-alive Majin Buu, Super Buu pleads for mercy, realizing he will lose himself and everything that he's gained. Super Buu can only watch as he is disconnected from the final tether of his growth. Neutral.
He should be a lot weaker now, but it feels like his energy's actually increasing.
How?
Super Buu, having lost a connection to every one of his absorptions, reverts back to his Kid Buu self. As such, we will now move the token back before he absorbs South Kai.
Hey, Boo! Why don't you show a little honor and finish your fight with Kakarot and me before you start the planet-sized fireworks show?
Free at last and back at his most primal self, Kid Buu enacts an old favorite of his: complete planet destruction. And with that done, Buu goes to the afterlife to perma-kill our heroes, Chaotic Evil.
All right, what do you say we get this thing started and see just what everyone can do? Who's up first?
I'll fight you for it.
Let's go!
Ready to continue his cosmic carnage, Buu senses Goku and Vegeta on the planet of the Kais. Ready for a fight, Buu rushes over. Chaotic Evil. As I mentioned in my Vegeta video, this fight between Kid Buu and Son Goku is just a nat 20 fight. Oh my god, what a fucking performance.
I don't suppose you're intimidated by my greatness?
Now, let's finally get back to someone that we haven't seen in a while. Majin Buu, escaping Kid Buu. Majin Buu reveals that he's been influencing Super and Kid Buu anytime Satan was in trouble, saving him. Face to face with his most primal form, it's Buu versus Buu time. We're gonna give 3 neutral goods for every time Majin Buu stopped his evil self from killing Mr. Satan, and a lawful good for stepping up to save Mr. Satan and his dog. Kid Buu faces off with his Majin counterpart, not realizing Goku is charging up his blast. When he finally realizes, he quickly tries to blast the Saiyan, even getting some glee from trying to blast him. It's all for nothing as Buu is atomized and at long last destroyed. Chaotic Evil.
Goku fulfilled his promise and used Shenron's power to remove all memory of the Destroyer of Worlds attack from the minds of Earth's people.
When Kid Buu's darkest self is destroyed, only Majin Buu remains. With everyone concerned, Buu promises to listen to Mr. Satan and hide for 6 months, and then be under his care. The once monstrous, most destructive force of nature in the galaxy relaxes with his best friend and dog, helping maintain his friend's world championship title in exchange for treats. Lawful neutral 3 times. Also, I'm just going to give him 3 quick chaotic good dings for all of Dragon Ball Super. I don't want to go through it. Chaotic neutral for picking a fight with Beerus. Chaotic good for agreeing to help out with the Tournament of Power. And the Moro fight, or I believe that's the Moro fight, hasn't happened yet. The Buu Saga is an important but often overlooked part of Dragon Ball Z. A lot of pivotal moments and techniques are introduced, including characters like Goten, Kid Trunks, Mr. Satan's sympathetic qualities, Videl, Fusion, and so much more introduced here, and Buu himself stands out as a unique villain, even amongst the cast of Dragon Ball. We mentioned in our Genema episode that forces of nature aren't a bad thing to have in your story, but Buu started off as that, chronologically speaking, and while he does have a personality, he's more of a obstacle to give our characters more drastic choices to choose from. Vegeta sacrificed himself in a Nat 20 scene, and he did it again when facing Kid Buu. Piccolo was constantly pushed to not only teach Goten and Trunks, but make a bargain after bargain with Super Buu to try buy a few extra moments for survival. He's forced so many people, and even the once non-confrontational Gohan, to try and fight again. Buu never loses his edge, he just changes how unpredictable and chaotic he is. One moment he can be a primordial monster looking to destroy, and the next he's a spoiled child whose idea of playing means citywide destruction. And next, he's a petulant, intelligent parasite looking to absorb others to get stronger and gloating in the face of danger. He is a truly flexible and excellent villain, and I think people do him dirty when they think he's really bad. Buu is fun. There's a lot of reasons he stuck around and showed up in games like Fighters. But with that, we've covered most of the major villains in Dragon Ball Z, outside of a few movies. We'll have a look at other characters from other franchises, and maybe we should come back and look at Piccolo Sr., or maybe go to Super and look for the mightiest warrior Jiren, I guess. Or we can look at more Saiyans and other things like that. I can get into GT too, it wasn't that bad. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, and be sure to check out our Dragon Ball PDF and our Kickstarter launching soon. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next time.